Yes, sir, and yes, ma'am, and yes to all the little kids out there. It's your boy G Pop coming in on G Pappy Sports. I'm here with another one. Make sure you follow and subscribe to G Pappy Sports on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that, Twitter, on all social media platforms. We out there rocking and rolling with that. Now I'm here to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. You see, they got put out the first round. I try to tell you going into the season, even though they did win a championship, it was a shortened season, so they was already had their backs against the wall. Then the injuries played throughout the season. Then the team just never they got rhythm, and then they just lost the rhythm before the All-Star break. And then after the season, it just kind of went to trying to load management, getting ready for the playoffs, sign Andre Drummond, add some depth. Then you get to playoffs, AD still hurt. LeBron got an injury, 20 games, 25 games left, went to the playoffs. High ankle sprain, still probably ain't 100%. So all that really played a major factor in the Lakers getting put out the first round. And on top of that, coaching issues. There was not a lot of adjustments being made. Just wasn't enough going on in my opinion. So I'm here to talk about what's next for the Los Angeles Lakers. In my opinion, I've been saying it all season, really half the season. They need a third star. They need to get somebody, really, in my opinion, a point guard or a shooting guard that can not only create their own shot, make buckets, but facilitate to others and help others in need. And when AD or LeBron is off the court, the Lakers offense can still consistently flow. Now, I don't think Dennis Schroeder is the right third option for that team. I mean, he's good, but I think Dennis Schroeder wants to be a number one or another two on the younger type contender team. So I don't know if he's going to really end up signing back with the Lakers. I feel like he's going to leave. I heard a rumor of the New York Knicks. But I also been hearing that it could be a couple of talks of a trade-in team, which I could get into more about that a little bit later. Also, in my opinion, Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma had pretty up and down season. I've been on Kyle Kuzma all year because the Lakers fan base and a lot of people I talk to love Kyle Kuzma. I like Kyle Kuzma, but he just ain't been the same. In my opinion, I think he needs a change of scenery. You've seen what happened with Brandon Ingram. You've seen what happens with Lonzo Ball. You've seen what happened with D'Angelo Russell. They became all-stars after they really left the Lakers. So I feel like Kyle Kuzma should get traded. But, get traded back to his hometown team, the Detroit Pistons. I don't know what you would get for that or how that would work. But I feel like if he go back to his hometown, he's already giving back into the community out there in Detroit and Flint and all that in that area. I feel like that would be a good scenery, a good young Detroit Piston team. And you go out there and do what he want to do. And, the offense can run more through him because with the Lakers, it's just awful. He don't want to play with LeBron or AD. I'm not saying he don't want to play with him, but the role the role he's in, I'm pretty sure he's not comfortable with that role. It was times where he was good, and then it was times I was just on him like, look, this ain't gonna get it. This not a championship type role player. So I feel like Kyle Kuzma should eventually get traded. I don't know what you can. I think Andre Drummond gonna stay because he was only there for half his. Drummond played pretty good for the Lakers. I mean, he's not a good, legit third player that, is going to be an all-star caliber player. He's really good there for defensive purposes, rebounding, blocks, double-double type 15, 12, 18, 17 type nights. That's what he's really there for. So I think you can keep Andre Drummond. Marc Gasol, I don't know what you can do with Marc Gasol. I like Marc Gasol, but another age in the year. Do the Lakers really want to play that? Do the Lakers maybe want to go to a younger role? Which gives my next opinion on Montrezl Harrell. I think the Lakers should give Montrezl Harrell another year. I know it was a uncomfortable year for him. He was in and out the lineup. He wasn't playing like how he was on the Clippers and on previous teams like the Rockets. I feel like you give him another year, give him comfortable. Let him play him. Sometimes you gotta let players play their game instead of the system. He's a rough rider, man. He's going to get out there, dog energy, hype the crowd up, dunks, put back. He's going to be out there. So I think you got to put him in a lesser role, but put him in a better position to score and give the Lakers more opportunities. So them just a few players I think the Lakers should, could potentially work on or keep or let go or however they go. Which, switches over to the next subject. Who can the Lakers potentially bring in since G-Pap keep talking about a third scorer? Well, there's a few names right here that I seen on the list that could potentially be a free agent in 2021. I'm gonna start with Kawhi Leonard. I think the chances of Kawhi Leonard going from the Clippers to the Lakers is slim to none. So I can't really get into detail about that. But the picks I do think that's possible is DeMar DeRozan. Simply because fact DeMar DeRozan wanted to go to the Lakers years ago. He's from the LA area, so he's gonna be more comfortable. He's a two guard. And while he was in San Antonio, I know their record wasn't all that. They wasn't have playoff success like they wanted to with pop under the rim. But DeMar DeRozan elevated his game to another level. He averaged 21 points, but he became a more volume, mid-range shooter. He can create his own shots. I done seen him facilitate, play make to other players, put players in better position to score and make plays to others or for themselves. And also most key important thing, I don't know this exact stats to it, but in clutch time, DeMar DeRozan, he can get a bucket, and that's what the Lakers, I believe, need. Not only some defense and another wing, player that can defend, but also can get his shot on shot. LeBron tired, AD tired, or they hurt on the bench or whatever, you can just get the ball to DeRozan, and he gonna go to work and do what he do. So that's one player I think the Lakers should look into. Another player that the rumors was brought about all season, vice versa. It's two players here. It's a two-part to this player, actually. I seen one with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal would be actually a perfect fit for the Los Angeles Lakers. Bradley Beal can score 30, 40 automatically. He's become a better playmaker these last 2 years because the team has depended on him more. He done got paid more, so he accepted the responsibility. They got themselves in the first round of the playoffs. I know it was a first round exit, but he did what he's supposed to do. If you put Bradley Beal with a LeBron and an AD, with a coaching staff like that, Montrezl Harrell, and all them boys, you can do something with that. I can see that be a title contender, bring in a couple of shooters or trade, sign a trade with, however you want to do it, depending on how the salary cap looking. But that's the one route you can go. Another route they can go off the same team is a Russell Westbrook. Man, can you imagine a Russell Westbrook who averages a triple-double with a LeBron and with an AD? Now, that game plan will be different because Russell Westbrook is an alpha male with LeBron, and AD would potentially be an alpha male. But if they can put their heads together, Russell Westbrook can lean his game onto that triple-double, take his shots, drive when he needs to, and bring that energy and do everything else. It could be a success with LeBron. LeBron ain't never had a aggressive point guard, nothing like that before. He had Kyrie, but nothing like that height, that athleticism of like a Russell Westbrook. And also, another way they can go, Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is a veteran. He's a little older, but he's a championship veteran. He's proved that he can come in a clutch moment. He's a leader on and off the court. So that could be another way the Lakers could go if they potentially take these routes. These are routes that they can go, maybe or maybe not. I'm not saying they are. I'm just putting out these are possibilities in the future that can also happen. So Kyle Lowry with LeBron James and the AD. Kyle Lowry played, he can do his thing. I feel like he's ready to leave Toronto. I thought Philadelphia 76ers would have snatched him up by now because Philadelphia could use a point guard. I'm not saying Ben Simmons not a point guard, but you put Ben Simmons in a hybrid situation like that and have Kyle Lowry leading the way. But that's just another story for another day. These just topics and just ideas I think the Lakers could possibly go, but you never know the route they can go. I just know they need a third star because that roster they had, it was not getting it done. If they go in a season like this, it's not getting it done. Also, Dame Lillard could be a discussion for a topic for a name because Dame, we don't know if Dame ready to go or just want to stay or just playing around. I'm just saying a couple of years ago, Dame should be leaving. He should have been left. The market is not big enough for him. Nobody's going to come to Portland. He has just too much talent. You dropping 55 points and 12 3-pointers and your team still lose. I think you're just in the wrong situation, in my opinion. So, Dame Lillard with LeBron James and the AD, hey, that could be something to be reckoned with. But I just know the Lakers do need a big three to even compete with Brooklyn. You never know what Milwaukee could do. Golden State coming back with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. You never know what they got up their sleeve. Boston still around. You see what Utah and Phoenix, they become powerhouses. Denver still kicking around even though Jamal Murray's not here. You got a young New Orleans team that can snipe up on you. Memphis. I mean, all these teams are growing and got young athletes, and the Lakers need to get a little bit of youth before they get ran off the building. This your boy G Pop coming in off another one, and I'm here to sign off. Make sure you follow, subscribe to G Poppy Sports on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff. We on all social media, trying to stream everywhere. So go ahead and get that, and we out with it.